Yo, 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 my party people. What's happening? You're listening to Servant Sonic or watching Servant Sonic, depending on how you're taking this show in. You're here with Jake, Jake the indie, pop rock,
guru,
indie pop rock. You're an indie pop rock.
Yeah. Love
He's
pop
an
rock.
indie pop rock.
Yeah. What's up, Jake?
Yeah.
How are you doing, my indie pop rock?
I'm feeling so fetch right now.
That's amazing. And Hunter, our headbanging metal head. Yeah, that wasn't as good. I'm sorry, I let you down.
That's a terrible sound.
I let you down. Yeah. How you doing, Hunter?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Lee, how you doing?
Fantastic. I'm
Good to
doing
hear.
good as well. And yeah,
Good to have, man.
and I'm Lee, and we're happy to be back with you folks for another edition of maybe your favorite music podcast. Might be just one that you just kind of stumbled upon. I have some news, though, some very exciting news, actually. So as you know, if you've listened to the podcast before, we're really excited because we've found out that we have a fairly steady audience in Germany. About 2% of our listens. Yeah, you heard that. 2% of our listens come from Germany. We just got some other pretty sick countries, though, guys. Check this out. Belgium.
Hey, let's go.
Yeah.
Chocolate time.
Yeah.
Chocolate sauce.
Sick.
Yeah.
Honduras.
Oh,
Was the other one?
Hey,
Granada.
Honduras.
Yeah.
We beat them in footy.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, we did. You're right about that. And there was another awesome one. It's got Guatemala.
Guatemala.
Yes.
Look at that.
That's awesome.
So growing. We're growing. We're worldwide. Mr. Worldwide. We're serving worldwide.
Worldwide.
But folks, I have a really interesting thing that I stumbled across, and it goes hand in hand with something that we're doing today with Hunter's spicy staple that we're going to get to a little bit later. But Canadian pop punk, pop rock legend Avril Lavigne, she recently did an interview with Spin Magazine, and she gave her 5 most influential albums. So I thought it would be fun.
Oh, hell yeah.
So I thought it would be fun to see if you guys could guess even just one of the 5 albums. Because I'm not going to lie, they're kind of weird in my opinion. Like, some of them are like, okay, yeah, that makes sense for the time, makes sense for who you are, blah, blah, blah. And then some of them, actually, they're all kind of like that, if I'm being honest. But I just think they're maybe like you know, it's not like, she didn't say like Sgt. Pepper's, you know?
Right.
Like, they're just kind of, you know, very much Avril Lavigne. So there's 5 albums. See if you can guess just one that Avril Lavigne named as her most influential.
I'm going to guess like something from like Joan Jett.
Nope.
Simple Plan. Simple Plan's got to be on there.
You're close, but nope.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, you're I think that was maybe
close.
too like
Simple Plan's
Sum 41?
It's a Canadian. Ooh, good choice.
Sum 41. You're very close. I think you're getting closer.
Underclass Hero, bro. That's a banger. Okay. My Chemical Romance.
Nope. No, I think like you got to think influence, right? Like, she came out before My Chemical Romance.
Yeah.
Oh, yep.
So we got to go back in time.
Yeah.
in time.
Go way back to maybe 5 years before she came out.
Dang, I don't even know, man.
So Sum 41. I said you're really close with Sum 41. What's
Is it
the
Blink
next-
182?
You nailed it.
There it is.
Blink 182's Take Off Your Pants and Jacket.
Hey,
That's
good album.
That's an influential album.
It's just good. It's just
That's
in general.
That's one of her 5 most influential albums for Avril Lavigne. I just don't have any other. I don't have any faith in you guys to get any of the others, so I'm just gonna.
That's fair. That's fair.
So,
No, good. Be good ones up for us here.
Third Eye Blind, self-titled.
Ooh.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah. Kelly Clarkson's Breakaway.
let's go.
Yeah. Let's go.
go.
Yeah.
Jagged Little Pill, Alanis.
Okay, yes,
slap,
of course.
slap,
I
slap.
should have guessed Alanis.
Oh, we have to
I
have
should've.
that on the show.
Alanis is one that makes sense.
Yes,
And
yeah.
and Dizzy Up the Girl by the Goo Goo Dolls.
Okay.
Okay.
So-
That's a pretty good list.
it's an odd one, is what it is, in my opinion. Like it's not
true.
It's not odd to the sense where it's like none of it makes sense for Avril Lavigne, because they kind of all, in my opinion, they make sense for what you think of as Avril Lavigne the artist. But like there's just like really truly, are there any of those that you're like, wow, yeah, top 5 album?
I mean, Alanis Morissette's really
Yeah.
good.
Alanis,
That's probably the one that stands
Take
out
Off
to
Your
me.
Pants is
Take Off Your Pants. Yep.
Alanis,
also,
I would say, is probably on a few people's list for sure.
Blink in that one, but Breakaway, that's a left field. Didn't see that one.
It does
Yeah.
make sense. It does make sense though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In terms of most influential albums, that is surprising. It's also surprising that they're all so like chronologically, they're all so close together.
Yeah, they're all like
Yeah.
in the 90s.
Yeah.
Good years of music. Good.
Yeah. In fact,
yeah.
with the Kelly Clarkson Breakaway, I was like, did this come out after
It did. I'm
after
sure it
your
did.
career started? So she just heard Kelly Clarkson and she was like, "Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh
I
shit.
gotta get on this.
This is what I've been meaning to do." She's doing it. Yeah. Well, we have an exciting show ready for you today, folks. Let's get right into it. New music review. If you're new to the show, what this is a new album that was released recently, usually Canadian, because, you know, podcast for music fan by music fans, but we're all Canadian, right? So we're going to lean a little heavier to the Canadian side of things. And this one that I've got from you is coming from beatmaker / producer from Windsor, Ontario, Datsunn. The album is called Forever Flowing. And I have a question for you guys before we get into it. Have you ever felt like you've been forever flowing? Have you ever been forever flowed?
There was one time I was in the mountains actually, and I was really, really thirsty. I took a drink from a stream.
Right.
And thinking, you know, this is fresh mountain glacier water. And it turned out, in fact, that no, it had been infested with the Giardia bacteria. And for about a week afterwards, I was forever flowing from both ends. And honestly thought I was going to die. But luckily I made it through.
That's the kind of answer I was hoping for, honestly. When I sat down and I wrote the question, have you ever been forever flowing? I was like, is there any way I can make this into a shit joke, just in case the guys don't? And now I don't have to worry about that. So I really appreciate that. But so what we're going to do is we're going to start off hot with the title track, Forever Flowing. It's actually the first song on the album other than the intro. So I thought I'd just put the intro and Forever Flowing together to create the ultra flow. And let's get into it. Datsunn, Forever Flowing with the intro in front of it. Enjoy it.
I believe forever flowing, flowing, forever flowing, as the flowing, forever flowing, as the new world is born.
Oh
Datsunn.
man, that is cool. I enjoyed
tasty.
that thoroughly. Oh, dude, more. Why did it stop so
Yeah.
abruptly? What?
It's tasty. It's a beat tape, and that leads us right into it, folks. Also, hope you guys noticed my After Effects work going hard there.
I saw that.
Yeah, it was
I saw
forever
that.
flowing.
Yo, that was
That-
yeah.
thanks.
Okay.
That's what I was trying
No,
to
it's
do there.
crazy.
Cued into the flow theme.
Yeah, been working on some stuff. Anyway, so this was released in February 4th of this year. So it's hot off the press, and it was released from Rare Sounds World, which is Datsunn's own label. He kind of operates as like the ringleader of that collective. He's Windsor based, as I mentioned, and if you don't know where Windsor is because you're not in Canada, or if you just don't care about Windsor because you're not in Ontario, Windsor is like the less cool Canadian version of Detroit, just on the other side of the border of
Did you just
Detroit.
say Detroit?
Detroit.
Everyone says I say Detroit weird. Do I?
Yeah, I kind of Detroit. That's how you say it.
Are you kidding?
That's
Detroit.
what I just said.
You're saying Detroit.
Yeah, you're saying that.
What's wrong with that?
No,
It's Detroit.
Detroit.
It's Detroit. You guys say Detroit.
Yes.
No.
It's
It's Detroit.
Yeah, you say
It's
Detroit.
not that we don't say Detroit. It is
You said
Detroit.
Detroit. It.
Yeah, so you're saying Detroit.
Is this real?
Is this real?
Are you guys doing a bit?
No, you're literally. I can't tell now.
We'll get to the bottom
He's
of this.
blurring the lines between.
We're going to get to the bottom of this by
joke
the end of the
and
episode.
reality.
By the end of the
I
episode,
gotta-
we're going to get to the bottom of this. So
I gotta
he's from
reset.
Windsor. And Datsunn is, as I said, kind of the de facto leader of this Rare Sounds world. But the other cool thing about him is he's well known online on Instagram or Twitch, on YouTube, for doing beat making videos. In fact, he's competed in this very thing for the Goldie Awards, which is a beat battle that was done online and has been done online a couple of separate years, ran by Canada's / Montreal's A-Track. If you know Fool's Gold Records, A-Track is the brains behind that, and one of the best DJs and electronic / hip hop producers in the world right now as well. He was a finalist this past year in 2021 of the Goldie Awards. So he's been getting some more praise lately for what he does online. And he's also known for just kind of like being a super positive dude. He's always smiling. He's like kind of like Motorbike James-esque, where it's not motorbikes, but he's a big skateboarder. So he'll just like be skating on his Instagram and stuff like that with these biggest pants I've ever seen in my life.
Hell yeah!
So just, you know,
Skateboarding's awesome.
Happy guy. And Datsunn employs a style of production called finger drumming. Now, guys, before I get into this, would you consider yourselves finger drumming? Are you like tapping on things all the time?
Constantly.
Yes.
Yeah, same here. And would you say that you're a good finger drummer or a bad finger drummer?
Oh, I can bang.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good. I'm pretty not.
For
too-
sure.
I'm telling you right now, I'm the Neil Peart of finger drumming on desks and shit.
Hell yeah!
Yeah,
Hell
yeah, yeah.
Tom
I'll,
Sawyer.
I'll
all
hit
day.
I'll hit you with a fucking lick, buddy.
I need to hear it now.
It's so nice. But
crazy.
yeah, so finger drumming, that's the style of production that he employs. And essentially what it is his two main instruments are samplers. Not the first, but one of them is Native Instruments Machine Plus, which is kind of like similar to an APC or not an APC, sorry, an MPC. And the other one he uses is a Roland SP404, which I think we've talked about on the show as well before. But it's another sampler that has like drum pads. So the kind of cool thing about finger drumming and specifically Datsunn is that a lot of the stuff that he does online, like the videos he makes online that kind of go viral, is he layers his samples on, one row of whatever sampler he's using that day, whether it's Machine or the SP404. His drum tracks, the ones below, and then like a synth or keys below that. And he composes full songs by
that's
drumming
crazy.
on that 16 pad track. Now, this is not necessarily a new thing. Obviously, people in hip hop have been doing this for years. But it's not necessarily something that people do in their production style. Usually that's something that's done more live. and then you can like go in and cut it when you're actually doing stuff in the studio. But the cool thing about this album, which we'll get into a second, is he does not do that. So that's kind of cool. But before we get into anything too crazy, what I wanted to do is show you guys an example of this very finger drumming, because I think Datsunn does it extremely well. I mean, he was obviously in the finals of this beat battle that A-Track puts out every year, and it's a serious competition. So I thought, what better video, because he's got tons out there, right? Like, he's on Twitch all the time, he's on Instagram all the time. I thought, what better video than one that I know will inspire the guys here. This is Datsunn cutting up the title song of The Mandalorian.
Ooh, all right, let's go.
Even if you're just listening on audio, folks, you're going to enjoy this. Here's Datsunn cutting up Mando.
That's gotta be one of doing this one again, y'all.
There you go. So that's Mando chopped and slopped by Datsunn. I love that video because it's just so funny to have to have Mando, the Mando theme coming with like 808s and shit like that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And then just have like a yeah.
yeah,
Like split in there. Yeah. Yeah, I loved it. But that was streamed directly on Datsunn's Twitch, and he does stuff like that all the time. And if you go to his Twitch, it says right in there that he's inspired by Jay Dilla, Ninth Wonder, skateboarding, and positivity. And if you've listened to Forever Flowing, no surprise there. I think all of those things are part of this. And although I think you hear a lot of Dilla and some of that style on this beat tape in particular, I think that you get a lot more, in my opinion anyway, of like the Diplomats and Locks and Jay-Z and that early 2000s / late 90s kind of boom bap out of this record. And kind of like more crescendo, if that makes sense, and less subtleties of the beat tapes of things like, Dilla or Ninth Wonder or even Madlib. And you can hear it in things like horns and the drum fills that he does. Like, we even just saw him in the Mando thing. Like, he makes these kind of like fills out of 3 or 4 sounds.
Right.
And that's a big part of his style. And I think that's a big part of like, the Just Blaze era of like beats and shit like that. And I think he's kind of bringing that back a bit, which is cool. And the cool thing about this tape is that it was done entirely live. And that's kind of what I was talking about earlier, that I just think is like such a unique thing about Datsunn, is like this entire tape was actually recordings that he did on Twitch. So they're the actual Twitch recordings themselves that he just put together in this tape. And he recorded them from October to November of 2019 on his Twitch. And he really has like a cool style because of that. Because again, a lot of beat tapes, a lot of production tapes, you think about like, well, I don't know. I'll ask you guys, do you have any like beat tapes that you immediately think of, or any like tapes that are kind of like made by like quote unquote beat makers? When I say that kind of phrase, like beat tape, that you think of first? Like, I think Dilla's the easy one, like Donuts.
Yeah,
like maybe
definitely
the one
Donuts for me.
that people gravitate to. I don't know. Jake, what about you? It looks like you're really hurting.
I don't know. I don't listen to a lot of like instrumental anything.
Right. I mean, you've listened to Donuts.
Yeah, I eat donuts. I listen to donuts.
Yeah, you hold them up to you and you say, "What
do
are you
donuts
saying?
in the
What do you
parking lot.
say?
Little donut?
What consistency do you have within
What are you
the
saying,
donut?
little donut?" No.
Was that something mean? You must be a crueler. Get it?
Yeah. So I
Comedy.
guess with beat tapes, the thing is generally like they're a collection of it's usually a lot, right? Because usually they're like a minute long, if that, and they're like 20 to 25 beats thrown together, and it's just kind of like a display for a producer to be like, hey, rappers, work with me, buy my beats, sort of thing. And I guess this one has a little bit more of like a live performance type feel, because it was exactly that. It was a live performance. So I think it brings something to the beat tape that is maybe I think that has been done before, but maybe isn't done as frequently as some other beat tapes that are being put out these days, because there's so many producers out there that are going viral online now, that really, I think, overproduce a little bit. And I think Datsunn has just kind of brought a rawness back to it, which is cool, with the finger drumming aspect and all that. So this is the sort of kind of like career development that I think is really interesting for Datsunn in particular, because this is his 20th project that he's put out on his Bandcamp. They've all been kind of like beat tapes and things like that. And a lot of them, like kind of what we were saying earlier, were just like, minute long kind of looped segments. And now I think he's taken that, what I think a lot of producers kind of start with, especially hip hop producers. He's taken the loop and now he's made a full composition out of it. Like you even just saw in the first song that we were playing there. There's multiple sections to the songs that he's making, and there's, rhythm changes, and there's bridges and all these different things. Whereas beat tapes generally, maybe not generally, maybe that's not fair, but many beat tapes are just like, hey, here's a 4 or 8 bar loop that I'm just going to like beat the shit out of. And then I'm going to switch to the next 4 or 8 bar loop that I've made. There's a little bit more musicality to this, which I think is a big step for him in general, which is exciting. So I'm excited to see where he goes next. And those sorts of steps are instrumental from huge beat makers that we now look at as people who are working with the best minds in hip hop and the best minds in R&B. We look at people like The Alchemist. We look at people like Dilla, Madlib, Kanye West. Like, he started as someone who was just making fucking loops, like in the in the Name of the Genius documentary coming out. Like, we're seeing that and like growth right there, I think, with Datsunn as well. So I'm really excited to see where he goes next. I'm excited to see what this album leads to. I think it was a cool concept to like go full like live finger drumming on my Twitch. Gonna record it, throw it on an album and forever be flowing. And I really like a lot of the sounds that we get out of this. Apparently, all of the samples that he used as well came from TrackLib. If you know what TrackLib is, it's like a way for producers to get samples that are royalty free. And he completely sourced all of his samples from TrackLib. So,
and I actually, listening through the album, because I'd never heard it before, and it came to one song. I wrote it down actually, "Love You," the track "Love You," and I was like, "What the fuck? I've heard this before."
yeah,
I was like, "Where have I heard this?"
I love you. Boom, yeah.
I don't. Yeah, that is how that goes.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Where's this from?" And I realized I'd seen it, like him doing the finger drumming thing, this track on Instagram, and it was for an ad for a sampler pack that he put out
Boom.
that I then downloaded because it was free.
Boom.
Hey, why not?
So
Why
Datsun
not?
has a free sampler pack that you can pick up. I think if you Google like Datsun music sampler pack, and it's pretty sick.
Yeah, he's released a few sampler packs, and I know that that's a part of like kind of his whole presence online too. Lots of producers are doing that now, and he's definitely a part of that as well. He has one that I think is a drum sampler pack, and then one that's like cut up chops and stuff like that.
Can you explain to me, just in the scene, me being a simpleton, but the scene of kind of like mixtapes? Is that like a popular thing in kind of like beat making culture? And why
Totally.
is that? Why is that kind of like? I guess because, and this is just my hypothesis in the term of a question here. Is it because they're making all these different beats and loops that it's kind of like experimentation? So they throw that on that mixtape to kind of get the word out there? Or maybe kind of go into that for me a bit?
Maybe it's part of that. I think the big thing is just it's a way to have full ownership over what you're doing, and also hip hop is like a very collaborative genre, right? Like usually there's a producer and there's a rapper, and those two things sometimes don't come in the same package. Like it's not a Kanye West or it's not a MF Doom. It's two separate people, and if you don't know who that other person is yet, that's the way to get recognized. Is just to be like, hey, I'm a producer. I'm gonna make a mixtape with a bunch of beats, and then hopefully someone will hear my beat and be like, oh, I want to rap on that. And it's the same thing as like rappers who used to rap on other people's instrumentals, right?
Right.
Like that's how Drake got his start. That's how Lil Wayne got his start. Lil Wayne still does that with like his dedication mixtapes, and other various series that he does. So the idea of the mixtape is just to get yourself out there. And I think when you get to the point that Datsun's at, it's maybe less about getting yourself out. Well, no, I'm sure that's actually still a big draw for him, is getting himself out there, but it's maybe more just about committing to a concept, maybe, which is what I think he was doing on this tape, right? It was like, I'm going to do a fully live finger drumming album.
Yeah, right.
And executing that was maybe more the exciting part there. But yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
So, guys, now that you know a little bit about Datsun, a little bit about Forever Flowing, I'm going to ask you again. Do you guys stay forever flowing? Now that you have all the info you need.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday is my schedule
For flowing.
for flowing
Fun
away.
schedule.
Yeah,
Yep.
so you're part-time flowing.
To a part-time flow. Part-time floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on like a cycle, like about a monthly cycle of flow.
How do we get you guys flowing?
X-Lax.
Right. Coffee in the morning.
Coffee in
Coffee
the
for
morning.
the Yeah, well, that's kind of it. That's kind of it that I have for Datsun. So that's all
Love
I got
it.
there. But here's the review. I got 7 flipped samples out of 10 for Datsun on this one. I think it's a very good beat tape. As far as beat tapes go, it's very, very good. As far as albums go and like the re-listenability of it,
Well said.
yeah, thank you. Is maybe lower, and
Right.
And that's just for me. But if you're like super into beat tapes, if you're like a rapper and you're like, oh, like I want to like feel inspiration, like rap over new shit, then this is for you. If you're a producer who's like, hey, I want to get some inspo to make like more interesting beats, then this is for you. If you're someone who wants some lo-fi shit to do some homework to, then this is for you. All those things apply. I don't think it's necessarily gonna go beyond that for many. It's my thoughts there, but it's still really good. So seven flip samples out of 10, motherfuckers. What say
Strong
you?
7.
Yeah, what say you?
I agree. I mean, I think the fact that it's a live album definitely elevates its stature for me.
Totally.
And makes me want to give it more like another listen through, and I'll probably
Once
spend a little
you
more
know-
time on it.
Once you know, you can hear it. Even
For
just
sure,
like
for sure.
because like you know how like the drums are side chained.
Yeah.
Right.
And like they're really pronounced, and it makes sense now. It's like, oh, okay, cool. Like because
Yeah.
he's not switching a bunch of shit every song. Like he's just, going with this consistent thing.
Yeah, even when it comes to, like you mentioned, it sort of has a bit of a boom bap feel. I feel like that's probably in large part due to the fact that it's a live
Yeah, totally.
thing, right?
Yep.
Yeah, finger drums and
Yeah.
yeah.
Also, I was joking about the Neil Peart thing. I think Datsunn can probably be the Neil Peart of finger drumming. I'll be like Meg White.
The Meg White
know?
of finger drumming.
Yeah, I have like a couple.
Hey,
of,
hit for hit.
I have a
She
couple
got
of
hit
like
for hit.
beats I can do, but I can do them pretty good.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll take that. You guys have any
Nice.
finger drummers that you're gonna stake your claim to, or claim your stake?
I'll say
That's
I'm
always
the-
a tough one. Always a tough one. Back at us again.
I don't know if it's
damn it.
that hard.
It's tough, man. It's a tough one.
I'm like the guy. What's that? The Whiplash. I'm the Whiplash. of
The
finger
Miles
drummers.
Teller.
Oh, you're Miles.
yeah.
Miles Teller, not the
Teller,
bald
dude.
guy.
No, the bald guy.
You're
Yeah,
the bald guy.
guy.
You're screaming
Bald
all the
guy.
time.
I just
Yeah,
scream
yeah.
at my thumbs.
That's good. What about you, Hunter?
I'll go Trey Cool from Green Day, where he just does the snare really fast.
Nice.
I'm not bad at that. But
you're
that's
just
probably
fucking smashing shit.
yeah, the smashing quick of the snare, and then and then that's about it, and then
Then
just
you're out of
into
there.
a simple beat, then a simple.
Then you're out of
beat.
there, and then
That's
boom.
it, and then I'm gone,
Yeah.
and then I'm gone.
Awesome. Well, if you want to hear the Neil Peart of finger drumming, here's Rearrange by Datsunn. Serving Sonic. What good?
I don't feel like doing things I don't want to. It's like I keep it all in my mind. Feels like change is coming sooner than I lay up. I feel like making different changes in my life, rearranging in my
Boom. There we go.
Wow.
She
Datsunn Rearrange. So there's a new music review, and the next segment that we have here for you guys today is something we like to call Spicy Staple. Now, there's a couple things that go with the Spicy Staple. The first thing is a quick breakdown. It's just an album that's really important to us for one reason or another from the past that we want to bring to you and hopefully enlighten you if you haven't heard of it before, or if you have, give you a little bit of a nostalgic moment here on the pod. And the other thing to know about Spicy Staple is that it has a really important intro, and it kind of goes something like this. Spicy, Spicy Staple, Spicy, Spicy, Spicy Staple, Spicy, Spicy Staple, Spicy, Spicy, Spicy Staple, it's spicy. Spicy
Very
Staple,
nice.
ladies and gentlemen. And today for the Spicy Staple, we've got one Mr. Hunter Hamilton. What do we got today, Hunter?
Oh, hi. Hello. It's me. Guys, for the Spicy
Mario.
Staple, I had to pick a very special album that's got a lot of nostalgia, as Lee was saying. This is Billy Talent 2. Who is Billy Talent, you might ask? Well, it's a rock band with a bit of that punk little edge to it from Mississauga, Ontario, formed in 1993. Beautiful place. Vocals, you have, and I'm going to butcher, hold on, to preface this, all the names of these guys,
Well,
I'm going to butcher
hey,
them.
Hunter.
I'm going to do my best here. I'm going to
Hunter,
do my
if I
best,
could,
but
if I
don't
could
at
offer
me.
you, if I could
Yeah,
offer
man.
you a little bit of
Hey.
advice,
Hey, hey, I'm all ears, man. Go for it.
if you're gonna do this, just try honesty.
Try honesty. All right, here we go. I got on vocals Ben Kowalowitz. Ian Deza on guitar.
Wrong.
Correct me. Go ahead.
I have no idea, but I'm sure that's not it.
Oh yeah, probably you're right. John Gallant on the bass and the drummer. I'm sorry, Aaron, and I'm sorry, Ian. Drums, Aaron Solowaniuk on the drums. That's probably
That's
wrong.
right. That's definitely right.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Say it again.
That's a good one.
Aaron Solowaniuk.
That was
wrong.
totally
That
different
was-
than the first time.
It was totally
That
different.
one's probably
I'm
right.
terrible. I'm sorry, guys.
You know, these names got me feeling more out of place than a devil in a midnight mass.
Thank you, Lee, as the first song on the album with that sick bass line. But here we go. It's produced by Gavin Golden Brown, a Canadian record producer, along with Ian Za. Maybe that was right. Maybe the D is silent. If you didn't know Gavin Brown, he has done a lot of work, mainly, well, he's Canadian, of course. Mainly he's done a lot of work with Canadian bands, such as the Bare Naked Ladies. He did Silver Ball. And I'll preface by saying, just say yes or no if you guys know these albums.
Okay.
We got 3 Days Grace with Human,
Yep.
Probably.
North
yeah.
of Nine EP,
Which?
North of Nine, their EP, their self-titled EP. Yes, no?
Absolutely not.
Mother with Very Good Bad Thing,
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
and Doc Walker the Eighth.
I don't think so.
No.
Well, there you go. Just a couple of them there, along with Billy Talent hits. He's worked with Billy Talent before, but a very good producer. As for this record, it is specifically the second album, released by the band on June 27th, 2006.
Right.
Album debuted at #1 spot on the Canadian album chart, selling 48,000 copies in its first week.
Damn.
And it also reached #1 to our German fans out there on the German album charts.
Let's go, Germany, baby.
Germany supporting Billy Talent. Although the great success in Canada, it was not the same in the United States, where it peaked at number 134 on the top Billboard 200 chart,
Gross.
selling approximately 7,231 units in its first week. Contrast with the album as opposed to the first was a little less angry and saw the band deal with mature issues mainly about relationships. Jonathan Gallant would go on to comment, the general theme of the album is about trust, the lack thereof, or breaking up that seemed to fuel the record. So all about relationships, the good, the bad, the ugly, all the stuff like that. The band temporarily released their album on their MySpace. Hello! Little shout out to you. Did you guys have MySpace?
Yeah, my MySpace was awesome.
I had it. I didn't really use MySpace though.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't have it either. I was just I got into Facebook like really late as a kid.
You know, in MySpace where you could like put a song.
Yes.
I know for sure I had some fire tracks. I can't remember which one I had right now, but that was really important to me. Like if other people, you know, on MySpace, like I remember being like, "What's your track?"
Them seeing it. Yep.
Yeah.
Throwing it up there.
And yeah, it was mostly like, yes, it was important for me to see other people's, but it was mostly about people seeing mine.
Right.
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 It was
that's
it was
the
a
thing.
vanity thing.
I could never figure out how to get the music onto my page, and so I was really self-conscious about my
MySpace had us
MySpace.
coding out
That's
there,
very
man.
point. Very
Yeah,
point.
it's crazy, super advanced.
Yeah.
Blast from the past, fellas. So they released the album temporarily on June 23rd on their MySpace. And the beginning of fall 2005, songs from their album were purposely released by the band. A demo of the song "Red Flag," we'll get into that in a minute, circulated across the internet, and even the popular song was used in some video game soundtracks. And again, I'll preface: say yes or no if you did play these games. Burnout Revenge.
No.
Burnout Legends.
Just 7 burnouts.
Burnout Paradise. No. SXX on tour. The snowboarding game. That was
if
really
you said
good.
SSX Tricky, I would have given you a big thumbs up. But no, I haven't.
And of course, NHL 6.
NHL 6, like 06,
Yeah.
like 2006. Yeah, okay, I definitely played that. Yeah.
So there you go. Huge success. Of course, as a kid, everyone in my school will tell you of the lyrics from Red Flag. Cast off the crutch that kills the pain. The red flag waving never meant the same. The kids of tomorrow don't need today when they live in the sins of yesterday. Every kid at my school was singing that song at the top of their lungs. A personal story for me, and if you're listening, this is, I guess, I don't know if it's specific to Canada, / I don't know if you guys ever experienced this, but at my local YMCA, this is how I found out about the band, they would have these things called Much Music video dances, where if you were like, you know, a younger, my co-hosts are nodding their heads.
Yeah. If you've never been petrified at a Much Music video dance, then you've never been a child in Canada.
Well, I thought this was a fun time, but I was also like just there for like just dancing my ass off. So basically what it is you go to these things, but to get in, you have to bring a canned food item. That was your ticket in, or I think you could like pay your way, like $5 or something, but the cheap way was to bring a bottle of canned soup, and that's how you got in.
Just a can.
So that's how I found about the band. But also, it's a nostalgia album for me because back in the good old days of when this was like a huge revolutionary thing, on the Xbox 360, you could basically throw in some mix CDs, and you could have them go onto your Xbox, and then you could play games and listen to music at the same time.
Yeah, hardcore.
So I basically had Billy
I never
Talent
knew that. That's crazy.
Yeah, you could rip CDs onto your Xbox.
And played games with the soundtrack going in the background.
Yeah.
So me and my friends would listen to Billy Talent 2 for hours and hours and hours, playing Halo 3 custom games, you making forge maps, all that good shit. So that's why I love the album. But I guess on the musical note, you have Ian's expressive guitar playing is one of the main highlights for me. Dude has his own style, creating a lot of memorable guitar hooks, as you're going to hear with the song. I mean, and every song I thought was a banger. You know, you got Pins and Needles, Fallen Leaves.
On the Ground.
Thank you. Devil in a Midnight Mass. All these songs, heavy but very melodic, and you can sing along to them. Amazing stuff. But, you know, they keep it dynamic. For example, you have Aaron's drum work on Red Flag with that snare of the and everybody knows that. That's the start of Red Flag.
Yeah.
So they created very memorable hooks, And I gotta give a shout out to the lyrics, of course, you heard from Red Flag, but perhaps one of my favorite lyrics, if you're heartbroken out there, is from Surrender, such as, I never had the nerve to ask, as my moment had come and passed, or as well as, she'll never know how much she means to me. I'd play the game, but I'm the referee. Straight up bars. Straight up has me crying. If you're heartbroken, throw this on. You're gonna feel better. Empathize how you feel. I guess we'll get to the rating after this, and it was a really tough song to choose, but this one, if our lovely DJ Lee can cue this up, it is called Covered in Cowardice. Check it out.
Twisted tongues will place you in their category. Face to face, you'll hear them tell a different story. Loose lips may sink ships, but honesty's forever. Eyes of envy try to cut and try to sever. Cowards that hide behind their words don't care if villains will get hurt. Beware the voice without a face that's hidden underneath them. Can't you see them? Can't you hear them? Beware the voice without a face that's hidden underneath them. Can't you see them? Can't you hear them? Cowards that hide behind their words don't care whose feelings will get hurt. Their eyes are blinded by their rage. Beware the voice without a face. When you're insecure, they'll find the fuel to start a fire. They're better pricks with only hatred to inspire. Level heads breathe, their revenge won't make it better. Trust your instinct like you trust what's in the mirror. Cowards that hide behind their words don't care if villains will get hurt. Beware the voice without a face that's hidden underneath them. Can't you see them? Can't you hear them? Beware the voice without a face that's hidden underneath them. Can't you see them? Can't you hear them? Cowards that hide behind their words don't care whose feelings will get hurt. Their eyes are blinded by their rage. Beware the voice without a face. Can't you see them? Can't you hear them? Beware the voice without a face that's hidden underneath them. Can't you see them? Can't you hear them? Cowards that hide behind their words don't care whose feelings will get hurt. Their eyes are blinded by their rage. Beware the voice without a face. A voice without a face. A voice without a face. A voice without a...
And there you have it. Don't you
Bang.
hear the melodic hooks of that guitar? As a guitar nerd, I love that stuff. That's the bread and butter. Let me also, I failed to mention that Ian, the guitar player, is also a producer, as well as a backing vocalist. He's doing the screaming parts of the "Cover to go with this," going into that. And another awesome thing is that all the band members, they've stayed together. There are no lineup changes, and they're still going strong. They've done benefits for frontline workers, some benefit shows. They like supporting the community. And they're still going strong. In fact, they have a new album. Maybe we'll check it out. Crisis of Faith.
Just released this year, right?
Just released this year, but I can't. I mean, this is the battle. It's like, to me, 2 is the peak. I mean, I love stuff like Viking Death March, also Afraid of Heights. I think the guitar playing, I'm a broken record on that, but like the melodicism of it, / like how intricate it is for a rock / punk band to go into that is that's no laughing joke. Not to bash Blink here. Blink has like those simplified, awesome melodic riffs, and then this is kind of like a step above that, where it's like more
Technicality.
Yes, thank you, Jake. The technicality of Billy Talent is pretty unmatched. If I had to give this album a rating, oh, that's a tough one. I mean, you know what? It's because it's it's like a comfort album to me. I'm right there back playing Halo 3.
Like you put on your extra warm socks.
or
cup of cocoa.
or my fluffy sweater that's in the closet right now.
I love you.
Yeah, go
real
ahead,
quick,
please.
real quick.
Yo.
I love that you said comfort album, because I was
Yeah.
I was thinking to myself, like, Billy Talent's one of those bands that you can put on if you want to rage.
Yep.
They have those songs that if you're just like going on a walk by yourself and you're like you
In
like
the fall?
end up on a bridge and you're just like looking down at like the river below.
Dude.
Oh my god.
That it's
hitting
okay
it. He's
too.
hitting
Oh
it.
my god.
Yeah, that's it. When you're in the arboretum and in
Just
tears stream into the pool, listening
Yeah.
to Surrender.
Exactly.
So I think selfishly, you know what? I'm gonna say it's a solid 9 out of 10. It's a solid 9 out of 10 for me. I thought about giving it a perfect one, but I think that wouldn't be fair. 9 out of 10. But yeah, did you guys? I mean, I know that Lee was you were touched upon the Xbox 360.
Yep.
Did you stream albums onto your system? What did you have on there?
100%. Actually,
Yo,
so
nice.
I'll say this.
Or any thoughts on Billy Talent?
I
fellas?
think I was actually living. Maybe I'm lying about this, but Jake, were we not living together like when the 10th anniversary of? Oh no! I'm thinking completely wrong here. But
Who are you living with then, Lee?
Yeah, no, it's cool, dude. It's totally cool. It's totally cool.
What was his name?
It happened in 2013. I thought it happened in 2018, and I was just living in a different life. But yeah, in 2013, that's what it was. I was working at HMV.
nice.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
Hell yeah, man.
at 2013 in
Living
downtown
the dream.
Toronto.
Living the dream.
It was so sick. Like, I remember one day I was like, "Hey, can I get more hours?" And my boss literally turned around, like didn't even respond to me. He didn't say
That
no.
shocked.
He didn't say
Oh.
like shut the fuck up. He didn't even like
He didn't even acknowledge you.
he
Was
didn't
it like
even
a deer in the
acknowledge I
headlights?
existed. And I was like, yeah, okay, yeah. And then I just went back and started doing more work again. Like, I was just like, that's fine. That's how I should be treated. Anyway, so I was working at the HMV downtown Toronto. And I remember thinking, yo, I'm working in a music store in the biggest city in Canada, baby. Like, I've arrived. and Billy Talent's first album came out with a 10th anniversary version. And I remember loving that album. And I worked in the section that like had Billy Talent's music. It was like the punk section or something like that. So I was able to play it all the time. And I did. Like, I was like, fuck yeah. Like, if I have to throw on some Canadian Con right now, I'm going to throw on.
Dude, yeah,
Billy
Canadian
Talent.
bangers. Yeah.
Like, that first album holds a very dear place in my heart. I still throw that on every now and again, and
yeah, man.
and get myself going. So maybe we're a bit reversed in that sense, because for me,
For you,
I
it's
remember,
one. Yeah.
yeah, I remember one coming out and really losing my shit, and I remember when 2 came out as well, and I was like, yeah, this is also cool, but it's one for
I get
me
it.
that
I
has
totally
the nostalgia.
understand.
Yeah.
Yep. That's so interesting to me how like just an album apart. That's how we kind of got into it.
Yeah.
Deep.
Yeah. Well, it would have been 2003, so I imagine probably similar times in our lives. I was going like just about to go into high school, sort of thing, and I was just like,
Into the river below.
Good shit. Good shit.
so I was just going, yeah. Need more friends with wings, like that song. I was like, fuck, I'm sad as shit right now, bro. And yeah, I used to love that song.
Sad boy stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
How about
so-
you, Jake? Any whispers of Billy Talent come through? Or not a fan? What do you think?
No, I'm definitely not a fan.
Yeah.
I was never super into Billy Talent. Like Fallen Leaves for me is the track that I'll never not know that chorus. You know, like I feel like everyone I know knows that chorus. Like
Yeah,
if you were
yeah.
alive in 2006, you know the words to that song because I feel like it was just everywhere all the time.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And it was one of those bands that kind of crossed the threshold of like, there are those kids that like listen to like rock or like punk or metal or whatever. And then people that listen to like whatever's on the radio, like in high school, you know, there's people that like care about music and then people that kind of don't.
Yeah.
And this album, and in particular Fallen Leaves, was a track that everybody knew. Like regardless of everything.
True. Yeah.
I can't help that Ben, the singer, he sounds like he's British. I think I remember I was like, is this man from England? Because
He's got this
category, you know?
Yeah, he's got this goofy little presentation to his singing.
I don't mind it though; it's good. And you know what? They've been in like almost every sports game since.
They're made for like high octane.
Like high octane. NHL loves them. I only know that just because or in FIFA they always have like Afraid of Heights. But Tony Hawk, the newest iteration of the Tony Hawk Remastered 1 and 2, has Afraid of Heights.
There you go.
Off the same album. And yeah, I mean high octane stuff. Canadian legends, Mississauga.
Boom.
Local boys. There you go.
9 out of 10. Well, thank you so much, Hunter.
Absolutely.
Billy Talent. Bang.
Boom.
Okay. That brings us into our next segment. What's our next segment? It's Combat Rock. And Combat Rock is a segment for those who are new to the show or just need a reminder. It's a segment where we pit 2 hosts against each other in the ultimate gauntlet to decide who will be murdered live on camera. And how we decide is really simple. You're going to say, well, hey, there's 3 hosts here. How can there only be 2 of you? Does that just mean one person gets to survive willy-nilly? Well, no. How it works is every single week we have 2 hosts bring one song to the table, a song that has been released relatively recently that we will give you a quick 30-second snippet of to basically decide which one you think should be the winner. And the cool thing about this is it's all in your hands, folks. You can go on Instagram, you can go on our Twitter, and you can vote on the polls there to decide who shall win based off of which song you think slaps harder. Whoever wins, you will hear that entire song next episode that we have. And then the next host up to bat faces the winner. So that's the quick breakdown there of the Combat Rock segment. And last episode, 2 weeks ago, I guess now, Jake and I went head to head in the second round of our week. What season of Combat Rock is this? 3, I think. I want to say 3. Let me check the docs. Where's the docs? Yeah, we're in season 3 of Combat Rock. That was the second week, and I was the only winner up until that point, winning the first week. However, Jake won this past Combat Rock, meaning that he's pulled into a tie 1-1 with me. Now, the thing is I know that if you were to go on our Instagram right now, we save all the polls, and you'll notice that one's not there. I forgot. Okay? Look. Got things I got to do.
It's tough.
I got things I got to do. I had to go online and try and figure out who I was living with when the 10th anniversary of Billy Talent's first album came out.
That's
Trace
understandable.
back my steps. I've lived with so
But wait,
many
you didn't
people.
figure that out till just now.
I've lived with so many people. I'll just walk in the house and say I'm living here now. I used to do that.
That's how
every
we started living
I
together.
own
single
the home.
day. Yeah. So I've been busy. But no, I promise that Jake did win. He had 60% of your votes. So Jake is the winner for Combat Rock this week.
That's
Which
an
means,
expected win.
Okay, so Jake and Hunter are going head to head this week, and what we're gonna do first is have Hunter give us a quick synopsis of why he should be your winner this week and what we're listening to. Go ahead, Hunter.
Hey, at Servant Sonic, we're all about supporting artists, and I thought this one was very unique. This is Hollie Col, a singer-songwriter all the way from Down Under, specifically
I
Sydney,
love New Zealand.
Australia. Not wrong. Sydney, Australia, and she's written a song called Seasick. It's a love song where she was thinking about a girl that she had a crush on, but unfortunately her crush was with another girl. So she's seasick that she's thinking about this girl all the time, and it's in preparation for her debut album that's coming out, or is expected to come out, April 15th of this year. So the song is called Seasick. It's got like this uppity, kind of like beach, a summer fun kind of vibe. I love it. It's an earworm. And take a listen. Check this out.
Anytime, but we're still sailing in between the lines. It's making me seasick, going back and forth, pretending that I don't need it, but I need it. It's making me seasick, going back and forth, pretending that I'm not thinking about you on a Saturday night. You're probably with her, so I'm wasting my time.
Very nice. Very nice.
Little Heim to that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There
some Heim in
we go. There's the challenge.
All right, Jake, what say you?
As champion.
The champ.
Yeah, so I've got a track here that I picked up off a playlist just the other day. And it is from Lavender and Mick Jenkins. Mick Jenkins, of course, being Chicago-based hip-hop rapper. And the song is called Peppermint, right? The lavender peppermint. There's a lot of bath salts going on here.
Right.
Nice.
Or herbs, or are those herbs? Is peppermint a herb?
Yeah, it's
Isn't it
like
a-
it's a leaf.
Right. So are leaves herbs?
Sure.
No,
Aren't they just dried?
yes.
They're
Dried leaves
dried
are
leaves and
herbs.
shit. Yeah.
Are dried
but then-
leaves herbs?
But cumin, is cumin a herb? No, it's a
No.
spice.
Spice.
Cumin's a spice. Cumin's a spice.
There we
Cumin's
go.
a spice. God damn.
We got it. We
Spicy.
got there.
got there.
The reason I chose this song is because the sample that's used is from a track that I love to throw on now and again.
It's a great song. I
know it.
Yes, I was gonna bring it up if you didn't. So
Yeah.
Because when I listened to it, I was like, wait a second.
This is recognizable.
Yeah,
And
it's a track I play at weddings when I DJ weddings.
It
Well, we
is.
know what
See,
Lee,
that's-
well, we know
that's
what
where to
we
play
know
it.
what we know what Lee's voting for.
I'm not,
Come on
hey,
now.
I never vote. I never vote.
Oh, you don't vote? Okay.
No, that's not
Well,
true.
I have no way. Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
I vote only under
I'll
my
resist.
alias account, so you guys can't see that it was me.
Right.
Yeah.
Perfect. Your burner.
But yeah, the sample is from Donnie and Joel Emerson, I think are their names. The
Yeah.
track is called Baby, and it's just such a sweet little soulful little ballad.
Yeah, it's good.
And it's sampled really interestingly on this track. There is a time change, or rather a time change that happens in the song that is like interesting and different. You don't hear a lot in hip hop. And so let's check it out now. This is Peppermint from Lavender and Mick Jenkins.
Sun in my eyes, they don't shine like you. Needed light if I would find my truth on some Langston shit. Who knew it would define my hue and age like fine wine too? The berries backer, her skin glossy, I swear it's lacquer. I would bet on that, no handicapper. Been around the world, no I ain't missed out. Did it back and forth, got the anguish out. Tried to...
Okay, that's good. I'm not going to deny.
Bops,
It is
bops.
it is bop. It is a bop. I saw that I heard that time change. So
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah. Mick Jenkins is a effortlessly cool rapper too.
Yeah,
He just sounds so cool.
he does.
Okay, so there
Can
you go.
admit, yeah.
Peppermint, lavender. Peppermint, lavender. Like, when I first say that, I think like tea. Maybe not tea.
Sure, yeah,
lavender,
no. For sure,
lavender tea.
Lavender
Okay.
chamomile tea.
Or it's like if you have a bath with it, it's like very healthy for you. It's like a
Yeah.
very
Oh, your
de-stressor,
skin. Your
apparently.
skin's gonna be.
Skin
Or
as
have
well.
you guys ever used that app? It's called like Calm, I think. And it's
Yes.
I
like
have it on
Or
my
wait,
phone.
I
I
think
haven't
so.
even
I
used
think
it yet,
yeah.
though.
I think it's Calm, and you can download ones where it's like celebrities are reading these short stories.
Yes. Yes.
Calm?
Yes.
And there's one that I think Matthew McConaughey does about lavender fields,
Perfect.
Oh, cool.
and it's honestly it'll put you right to sleep. It's wonderful.
There's one like LeBron does too. LeBron's on there too. He's
I-
done like a series or something.
No, I don't want
Like
him
him in
to
the
do it.
ocean. It's like him in the ocean and talking about ocean.
Wait, you're not down, Lee?
Yeah,
No,
man.
You're not down for LeBron to lull you?
No, I'd
LeBron's
rather
with
have
slumber?
I'd
Yeah.
rather have the guy's name that you can't pronounce from Billy Talent yelling at me than fucking listen to LeBron read me a goddamn bedtime story. I don't find LeBron's voice soothing. Like you know, like I'm not like can't.
I mean,
wait
I
to have
haven't
this
heard
guy
his
read to
Calm
me.
series. So.
Oh,
Yeah,
LeBron.
LeBron is your choice.
I know that he's like a. I know that he's a, like an. I was gonna say advocate, but spokesperson for it. There you go. For
Yeah,
Calm. I've
yeah,
seen that online, but yeah, I didn't realize it was as a voice actor. That's something.
Yeah.
As a voice talent.
When's Jordan gonna do it? We got to get Michael Jordan talking about sheep or something like that.
Well, I mean, Michael
Maybe.
Jordan's in the news these days because the NBA All-Star Weekend that just happened. Michael Jordan, no surprise, made one of the 75 best NBA basketball players of all time list.
Yeah.
Do you want to guess the other 74?
Is he not number one?
Scottie Pippen.
I don't think they've ranked them, but he came out last. So
Right. They're saying it without saying it. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
If I was to say, hey, here's the 3 best podcasters, and I came out last, how would you guys feel?
You're in last place in that case.
Oh, okay. Well, then sure.
Yeah.
Maybe there was some merit. After all. But no, okay, awesome. Let's call it there. Folks, there has been one thing that's been really itching at me lately, and I just wanted to get it out in the open. We'll have all of our listeners here from Belgium, from Honduras, from Germany, from Alberta, from Ontario,
Guatemala.
from Guatemala,
Yeah.
from
Spain. Yeah.
from Spain, from Iran, from the Dominican Republic, from Costa Rica, from Norway, from the Netherlands, from Taiwan, from Austria, from Malaysia, from Sweden, from Ireland, from Peru, from Mexico, from India, from France, from Australia, from Poland, from Argentina, from Colombia, from the United Kingdom, from New Zealand. Did I say that one already?
I think you did.
From Brazil. Did I say? From South Korea, from Japan, and most importantly, from Detroit.
Fuck.
I hate you, dude. I hate you.
See, you're playing it like it's a bit, but Marquis texted me when we were on a break, and she was like, "It's real." He says Detroit weird.
Well, yeah, I know how to edit this video, so we'll see what's real and what's not real.
Yeah, we will.
Well, okay. Thanks for joining us as always, folks. Here's Dreamin' by Lee Paradise to end the show. Till next time.
Peace.
Take care, guys.